I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you should become an F&I manager. But first of all, I'm going to share with you the 5 reasons why I became an F&I manager. And these are the 5 reasons why you should become an F&I manager, or at least 3 or 4 of them. Okay. Number 1, personal fulfillment. What does that mean, personal fulfillment? I felt proud to become an F&I manager. Sure, I was a sales consultant in the car business. Everybody looked at me and said, oh, you're a sales consultant in the car business, big deal. But when I became an F&I manager, oh man, you're an F&I manager in the car business. I want you to think about this. This was back in the early 80s, okay? F&I was respected a lot more back then, okay? Was a lot crazier back then. But becoming an F&I manager in the early 90s, that was definitely personal fulfillment because they led the dealership, seriously. They had more responsibility, more leverage, more say than even the general sales manager. Obviously, the general manager had the final say, but F&I managers, they ruled the roost, okay? Seriously. And I wanted to do that for personal fulfillment. I wanted my parents to be proud of me. I wanted my wife to be proud of me. When my son grew up, I wanted him to be proud of me. I know what you guys are thinking. It's F&I, it's in the car business. Who's going to be proud of you, you know? Listen, this is a great career, and I've gone a long way in this career, and it all started in sales, and then I moved into F&I, and that F&I move advanced my career because the knowledge and skills that I gained while an F&I manager allowed me to advance my career that much quicker. Because think about it, F&I managers really are the only associates in the industry that get trained on a regular basis. You become an F&I manager, and the next thing you know, someone sponsors you to go to a F&I school and become certified. And you're constantly honing your skills, and you're constantly learning, and they're throwing word tracks at you left and right. And you're dealing with all different kinds of situations because you almost see every single customer that goes through that dealership after they buy a car. You experience all these different scenarios, and that is a wealth of knowledge. And those additional skills and that additional knowledge allows you to advance your career. So the number 1 reason for me was personal fulfillment. Seriously, I felt really fulfilled personally to become an F&I manager. The day I got that card that didn't say sales associate or sales consultant and said F&I manager, I felt really proud of that. And I bragged about that. And I shared it with my wife and I shared it with my family. And they were proud of me as well. And I really got personal fulfillment because there was a lot of responsibility that came along with F&I. And fulfilling my responsibility gave me personal fulfillment as well. And it definitely allowed me to advance my career. All that responsibility and handling all that responsibility and learning the trade, not the tricks of the trade, but learning the trade allowed me to advance my career. And there's a lot of room to go in the automobile business. A lot of F&I managers have ended up becoming general managers and owning dealerships because of the knowledge that they gain in F&I. Because you almost force-fed the knowledge. And that additional knowledge gave you a job security. There's another reason why F&I managers have job security too. Because if there's not that many F&I managers compared to sales consultants and sales managers in the industry. And that gives you job security. And if you're really good at that position, that's going to give you even more job security because everybody's seeking out good F&I managers. I'm not saying leave your position at all. Become better at where you are and move up the ladder where you are. I have a lot of friends in the car business that started in sales with me and ended up moving into much higher positions, and they all went through F&I. I can't name them all. I'd love to name them all, but they're really higher ups. I mean, my career in F&I took me to AutoNation, where I became an F&I regional manager for the state of Florida. That's a big job, okay? That was personal fulfillment for me. And then along came Cars for Clunkers, and that was the end of that. But that put me on another path. A path to own my own business. And that job security was important to me, especially as I had a younger child, married, and I wanted that job security to ensure that my family had what they needed. And they got more than what they needed because in F&I, you can make a ton of money. There's a lot of money to be made in F&I. In fact, F&I managers are among the highest paid individuals in the automobile business. Seriously, bar none. The average F&I manager probably makes about $120,000 a year. Depending on what area of the country you are, depending on the size and scope of your dealership, you can make a lot of money in F&I. 3 figures are easy to make if you're really good at this position. So remember, don't just go in it for the money because it's a lot of work. a lot of hard work, a lot of hours. I mean, think of F&I manager in your dealership. They're in there in the morning and the last one to leave at night. How many times have I heard as an F&I manager, make sure you leave the lights on for the janitor, for the cleaning crew? It's ridiculous. Everybody leaves the dealership and you're left with the customer at the end of the day. But that did give me personal fulfillment, and that's one of the reasons I went in F&I. And I knew that it was a pinnacle or a stepping stone to advance my career, because I wasn't just going to stay a sales consultant the rest of my life, and I wasn't going to just stay an F&I manager the rest of my life. I wanted to move up the ladder, and eventually I ended up owning my own business. and I love training. And I wouldn't be able to train had it not been for F&I, because of all the knowledge and skill that I gained through all the people that trained me, all the trainers, all the managers, all the force-fed word tracks, all made me better. The knowledge that I gained being an F&I manager, it was pivotal to my career success. And that job security, I never got fired from an F&I position. And there were offers all over the place because it's hard to find a really good F&I manager. But I stayed where I was, okay? I was loyal to my dealer, I was loyal to the brand, and I'm suggesting you to do the same thing and advance your career within the dealership until someday you make enough money to buy your own. Because that job security, that additional knowledge, that career advancement, and that personal fulfillment was all a result of me making more money. Because the more money you make, the happier you are. I know we're A-type personalities, so I can talk like that. We're in a sales position. Money, 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 money. It's really important, but it shouldn't be the most important reason why you go in F&I. So take my advice. The 5 reasons for going in F&I. Number 1, personal fulfillment. Get satisfied personally going F&I. Career advancement. It's a stepping stone to move up the ladder in the automobile industry. The additional skills and knowledge that you'll gain are going to propel your career. And because you're knowledgeable and because you develop these skills, you're going to have job security. And because you develop these skills and you have all this knowledge, you're going to make more money. If you like what you heard, don't be afraid to touch that link below, www.prodprep.com. Come join the fun. Until next time, go get 'em.